Mark 7 highlights a major confrontation between Jesus and the Pharisees over tradition versus God's commandments. Jesus teaches that true defilement comes from within, not from external rituals. He then travels outside Jewish territory and performs 2 miracles for Gentiles, showing the inclusive nature of his mission. In verses 1 through 13, Pharisees and scribes criticize Jesus' disciples for eating with unclean hands, not following ceremonial hand-washing traditions. Jesus rebukes them, quoting Isaiah, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me." He accuses them of setting aside God's commands to keep human traditions. The key message is that obeying God's word is more important than keeping man-made traditions. In verses 14 through 23, Jesus calls the crowd and teaches, "Nothing outside a person can defile them by going into them. Rather, it is what comes out of a person that defiles them." Later, he explains to the disciples, "Food goes into the stomach and out of the body. It does not defile the heart. Evil comes from within, from the human heart. Evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, envy, slander, arrogance, and folly." The story of clean and unclean is also in Matthew chapter 15. The key message is that true defilement is spiritual and moral, not physical or ceremonial. In verses 24 through 30, Jesus goes to the region of Tyre, a Gentile territory. A Gentile woman begs him to cast a demon out of her daughter. Jesus says, "Let the children be fed first. It is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs." She replies humbly, "Even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." Jesus praises her faith and heals her daughter from a distance. This story is also in Matthew chapter 15. The key message is that humble, persistent faith is honored, and that God's mercy extends beyond Israel. In verses 31 through 37, Jesus travels through Decapolis, another Gentile area. A man who is deaf and has a speech impediment is brought to him. Jesus takes him aside, touches his ears and tongue, and says, "Ephphatha," Aramaic for "be opened." The man is immediately healed. Though Jesus tells them not to tell anyone, they spread the news enthusiastically. The key message is that Jesus brings wholeness and healing even in Gentile lands. His compassion and power are unstoppable. There are 4 key themes in Mark chapter 7. 1. Heart over ritual. True holiness is measured by what is in the heart, not outward rituals. 2. Faith beyond borders. Gentiles, often outsiders in Jewish thought, receive grace and healing. 3. Jesus confronts hypocrisy. Religious appearance without love or obedience is condemned. 4. Healing and restoration. Jesus brings physical and spiritual healing, crossing boundaries of culture, race, and tradition. Mark chapter 7 focuses on the heart rather than outward appearances. Jesus confronts the Pharisees for valuing human traditions over God's commands, teaching that true defilement comes from within, from sinful thoughts and actions. He honors the faith of a Gentile woman by healing her daughter, and later heals a deaf man, showing that God's grace is extended to everyone. As we look at Jesus' encounter with the Pharisees and their focus on religion and tradition, we can ask ourselves 2 questions about how we live our lives today. Are there religious traditions or habits in my life that overshadow true obedience to God? How do I guard my heart, knowing that true defilement begins within?